Hello everybody, welcome to the Studios. My name is Magnus, and here's the thing. If you guys told me that LEGO made a set that was larger than the world map, I would be very surprised, not gonna lie. However, the thing is, LEGO has actually done just that very recently. So, recently LEGO announced a new architecture set, and this is at number 21065. The Sagrada Família, and this set has 12,060 pieces. So this set dethrones the world map from 2021 as the largest LEGO set ever in terms of piece count. So I was not really expecting this set to come out. I did not expect LEGO to make a set that would dethrone the world map whatsoever. I mean, here's the thing. Back in November of last year, I made a video where I speculate if the world map would be beat as the largest LEGO set ever. And the reason for that was because the world map is one of the first art sets back when the builds were mainly just a bunch of 1x1 round plates. But now here's the thing, not all of the pieces were used in the actual main build. You get some extra pieces for alternate models, of course. But here's the thing. LEGO has now made a set that is larger than the world map. But here's the question. How many more pieces does the Sagrada Família have? Well, here's the thing. The Sagrada Família has 12,060 pieces, whereas the world map had 11,695 pieces. So basically, the Sagrada Família has 365 more pieces than the world map. And even though it isn't really a lot, I still do think it's kind of surprising that LEGO made a set that's larger than the world map, because again, I was not expecting it. But let's take a look at that build itself. So basically, if you don't know what the Sagrada Família is, it's basically a church in Brazil, in Barcelona. But now let me tell you guys something interesting. LEGO has apparently made a rule about not making religious structures or anything like that. So this kind of breaks LEGO's rules, which is kind of interesting. So here's the thing, they did actually make Notre Dame de Paris, which is apparently a church as well. So technically they have already broken that rule. But as for the build itself, I actually do like it quite a lot. Now, most of the build is tan, and there are a lot of landmarks that are tan, but I do still think that this does look very gorgeous. Now, I do love how the spears are built. Basically, the tops basically use the Ninjago arrow blade piece in gold, kind of like that part's usage, and there are even some wings at the top, which I believe they're the same ones from Legends of Chima if I'm not mistaken. But you also love the top spear as well, like that a lot. And the main base is kind of simple, but I do love the trees that are around this thing. I wonder if this exact same tree design has been used in our sets. And apparently you can separate this into different chunks, so that way you can actually see the interior. Kind of interesting. But now here's the big question. How much is this thing going to cost? Well, I already did mention a price in a news video, but just to recap, this set will retail for 6,099 Danish kroner 5 cents, 749 euro 9 cents, 649 Gorge pounds 9 cents, 799 US $9 cents, 1,099 Canadian dollars 9 cents, and 1,299 Australian dollars 9 cents. So this set is very pricey. But despite being the largest set ever, it is not the most expensive. That honor still goes to our Ultimate Color Series Death Star from last year. But here's the thing, even though the Sagrada Família does look a bit smaller than the Death Star, I do think the Sagrada Família is a bit more appealing than the Death Star, honestly. And I just think it's built a little bit better. But that's just my opinion. Also, this thing will be available from November 1st of this year, so we have to wait a long time for this thing to come out. kind of interesting how this thing they're revealing is that it's gonna come out on November 1st here in June. Not kind of interesting, but anyways, that's basically all I have to say about the Sagrada Família, the new largest Lego set ever. And let me know down in the comments below what you think of the build, if you like it, if you dislike it. And here's another question: will you be buying this set? Because as it stands, I'm not entirely sure if I will be buying this set because it is fairly expensive, but we'll see if I will be buying this set once it does become available on November 1st. We'll see. But anyways, that's it for this video. If you like this video, make sure to leave a like. And make sure to subscribe to this Disney YouTube and hit that bell notification button so that you can notify when I upload a new video. So now, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.